Welcome, what is up? Thank you for tuning back into the Chaos Lair. Of course, I'm Chris Chaos, and this is the 411 for SmackDown Live, the go home for SummerSlam. And what a night! I thought the booking was really good, and I fucked it up by tweeting it out. Because as we all know, it's been well documented here by me that WWE follows me on Twitter, or has somebody that follows me on Twitter and knows what I'm thinking, because I'm very honest about it, and then things happen. Jinder starts off the show with the India's Independence Day. It's cool. Nakamura comes out, they have their face-to-face, Naka says a couple little things and then leaves. It is what it is. Becky and Natalya had a really, it was a good TV match. Naomi on commentary, which didn't really add anything to it, but I did like the fact that she was at least out there. Natalya makes Becky tap out, which is a good thing for Natalya going into the pay-per-view, and then Carmella comes out. I don't know. Rusev and Gable didn't happen. Basically it was a no contest, I guess. Orton, Rusev with the thing on the table, and Orton comes out. I'm flustered, and I'll get to it in a second. Orton comes out and literally gives an RKO out of nowhere to Rusev, just as Rusev was about to start a promo on Orton for their match Sunday, which again, I don't understand why they're just throwing these guys in a thing. They're making these guys have a thing for nothing. I don't get it. But it was good revenge from last week. So again, booking idea good. Styles and Shane and Kevin Owens, that segment turned out great with Kevin giving a super kick to Shane McMahon. It was like it needed to be. The New Day, I thought the New Day should have beat the Usos. It is what it is. Jinder and Cena ends in a DQ finish because of Baron Corbin interfering, and then Baron Corbin cashes in the Money in the Bank contract. And Cena's still out there, so he goes after Cena. And while he's distracted, after the bell officially rung for it, Jinder comes in and rolls him up, doesn't put his feet on the rope, which he was probably told not to do, which he still should have done. And now Baron Corbin lost the Money in the Bank. I don't hate that they did it, because I don't hate it. I don't love it either. Because of the timing. Because, he's just had this thing a month, and it's already, it's done. And you can't do anything with it. So, we have no Money in the Bank now. And my prediction is that we're liable not to have another one after Sunday, because I just have a feeling that it's going to happen. Although usually when the Money in the Bank gets cashed in, it's usually not talked about. So for instance, Carmella came out and gave a promo tonight against the champion, and also mentioned the challenger, good luck to both of you on Sunday. So it leads you to think that, or it leads me to think that because they brought it up and they made it a big point, with her coming out looking down both of them, that it's not going to happen Sunday. Now, I was thinking that it was. I was also thinking this was going to be weird because we were going to have two cash-ins on Sunday. So now, this leads us to Jinder versus versus Nakamura, and I can't buy it. The way they've used Jinder, I mean, Jinder just put over Randy Orton clean on SmackDown last week. And, you know, it didn't happen, but I about shit my pants because I thought he was about to do the same thing to John Cena. Which, to me, gives him absolutely zero credibility. So, and this is why I think it's good that, you know, the match didn't have a finish, so, you know, Cena won by DQ, and then Baron tries to cash in and loses. It gives Jinder a little bit more credibility. I don't want Jinder to win the title Sunday. And I don't think he's going to, and here's why. I had been thinking for the last 2 or 3 weeks, well, or ever since he won I guess 2 weeks since he beat John Cena and became the #1 contender, I kept thinking that he was going to win the title. That it was just going to happen. I don't think it's a bad thing to have him on a major stage lose to Jinder Mahal. But they need to give Jinder, you know, they made him the champion, so they need to give him some more credibility. He needs to have a couple more wins. I'm not saying he needs to keep until, you know, 4 or 5 pay-per-views, but he needs a couple of wins, a couple more wins. So SummerSlam, maybe one on SmackDown, maybe another on a pay-per-view, and then let him drop it at, you know, Survivor Series or you know, whatever they have that's going to be right before Survivor Series for the SmackDown side. It's not brain surgery how to make this guy. They started really nice, and they kind of went down. So anyway, I have tons of SmackDown related SummerSlam issues, and I'll get to those. I will do a preview video for SummerSlam, giving all of my thoughts. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 videos. I'm going to do a preview for the Raw side, and then I'm also going to do a preview to the SmackDown side. Because if I didn't, the one video would be 30 minutes long, and I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break them up in maybe, you know, 7 or 8 minutes and be done with it. Again, just because I got to get this out of my head, and maybe if WWE is really paying attention, they can learn something, and they can take something from me and make it wonderful. That's my thought. Anyway, I'm done for a couple days. I will see you guys on Thursday, or hopefully, God willing, you guys will see me back here on YouTube on Thursday. So until then, that's all I got. Deuces as always. Chaos out.